get into this one. Can coaches talk during halftime? Yeah, and right now. They can talk until this goes down to 0. Now they get muted. Okay, PaperX are gods at pistol right now. I don't know what the record is, but it's like a 70% at least. At least, it might even be higher. Oi, big little crunch onto this one. Omen Flash was good. Does the comms come in that this guy is in the corner? Oh, man. That's nice. Yeah, it kind of looked like they knew this one was coming, by the way. Kind of looked like they were ready for this pistol.
At least they've still got the spike, but they have to hope for some serious mistakes.
Could have just been similar in terms of how they've been approaching it, of like a 4-person push with a 1-person hold anyway, but they had a lot of people here.
There's no real need for panic on the defensive
And the util
side.
dump was good.
They're just going to hunker down and wait for Gen.G to take a step forward and give them the first pistol round win.
Yeah, I think the scary prospect as well is that on this map in particular, we have seen some sort of rougher attack sides out of Gen.G. Obviously, that is helped a little bit by having that Omen instead of the Astra.
Yeah, nicely done. No one dying as well. That's huge.
Now, as said, expectations for PaperX is this is the map that they'll win. If it's going to happen in this series, I think the next two I would favor to Gen.G, even more so because of the fact that we saw recently on Lotus the changes to the comp.
PaperX's pistols been crazy. Yeah, they keep doing the 4-1 on defense, right? The 4-1 on defense is just the records of like the win percentage of 4-1 on defense is just stupid high.
Individual players that sometimes they could just frag through a map. And that is rare.
14 to 5? Is that their pistol record? That's, yeah, it's really high. The only people that have a better pistol record than that so far is Loud, I'm pretty sure. And it's relatively similar to that.
Losing your pick and winning your opponents.
Or Eco from Gen.G smoke to kind of block vision to get out over towards here, and I was going to say, this isn't looking too bad. Flood comes in.
Not a bad start at all for Gen.G gaining some ground, now winning some more fights. With heals up, okay.
What do you reckon? Hill shouldn't have come in and they should have just dueled together? I think so. Nice round from PaperX to Flood, though. But I think as soon as the Flood starts coming in and the comms start there, we gotta not heal and just gotta carry on dueling. Still think there's a good eco from Gen.G, though.
Now that would be ridiculous to even attempt, but
crazy. But do you know who he is?
Yes, I do. He just lost his gun. It's now been given to something, and he's bought a judge to replace it. So that, again, if you're talking about
the double satchels, this is the new Raze main. I'm enjoying it. And any half armors. I mean, we got 2 half armors. We got 2 1-shots. Well, that was one of the heavy armors.
But that's the one problem. If you're the one taking contact with that outlaw, you're not going to kill the player.
Sky.
You need to get out.
That's the thing. They can just heal him back up. So that it's actually.
So Gen.G just go in for the DRX balls as well. It's a little bit different. Actually leans. They do it from here, whereas DRXs do it from here. So it goes over towards the site and it splits the site in half. But I would say you can see over this from A Heaven. So it's an interesting attack wall that they're going for. But that is like one thing that they've changed up so far.
They've been careful throughout this tournament. They are not one of those teams
that works pretty well. I kind of like it. Again, it has its weaknesses in terms of A Heaven, but it is better for over towards the site. You create a lot of pressure by pushing this up that someone could have walked through. Basically means that playing towards site is a little bit harder. Yeah, and PaperX take a gamble on this one. And maybe it's because of the wall as well in terms of blocking vision. They had no one over towards A.
It's quite far up, and the player that will pick it is in heaven, because that spike plant should be coming down in a little bit. PaperX, hear no noise, see nobody here. There's a flash still on Divide that could be used to clear outside of it, but this late on in the game,
yeah, imagine there was a stack here with 20 seconds would have been a nightmare. So who gets the plant on this one? There's probably not enough time for them to feel comfortable about throwing it across. Omen gets it. Let's see how much damage PaperX can do.
Pretty much every fight on the way in is long range.
See, normally you talk about, okay, maybe going down to the spike or just trying to hold for exits, but I am waiting for Forsaken.
Oh no, they're going to absolutely try and send it.
Already, Mind Freak taking a lot of control. Now, Texture in a fairly solo position. There's a chance. There's the blast packs already. And there's the judge. Exactly what Forsaken does. He got a rifle, but it's very
okay, got a nice 1 kill over towards site, but other than that, it was relatively clean. We've got 2 armor rebuys, 1 gun rebuy. So it might not be enough to actually mean that this is a swing round. Something as well, getting the op out. Again, I do think this is a big win. Not a win condition for them, because honestly, they They can win a lot of rounds. Yeah, okay, you can see over the top of that. They can win a lot of rounds without it, but I think in terms of something's individual form, I think he just looks way better with an op.
Seen a bit more damage out of that side, but again, they did gamble on a site. It didn't work out. This is what happens. The opportunity, though, to deal that damage here as we get.
Again, we pick another judge up as well, so this is something that you can do on this map with the double judge. If you buy it early, you can just, you can just have it twice in a row, and it is something that is pretty viable with all of the angles. I like this start as well, so they create a big amount of pressure, they take down the smoker, flash goes over towards middle, so they get info here, and something's done really good to get this early angle. So even though Gen.G are like confident in this round right now, they take the trade. Something's done really good, and Divided really good to clear the info. That means that they can have 2 with a like 3 kind of heavy lean over towards A.
Slightly more stacked up than you might expect. The only problem is he might get caught. He's switching.
He still did good. They're using the thing that's slightly worrying for PaperX here is they actually use the same wall that they're using with the triple duelist comp, and they wanted to do a protocol that was very similar as well. Once they lose Heaven, they try and push over towards Sight. Oh yeah, nice run from Gen.G though. I think that PaperX did okay to make sure that they had the stack in the right position. Elizabeth, hello, how we doing?
They know that it's in play right now, so they're gone spread out.
Gen.G is too slow for double dive at the moment. Nah, I think it's fine. You have to do a mixture of it, right? It's too obvious if you just start sight hitting. When you can prove you can default with this comp, that's when you know they're actually like comfortable with it. And then maybe you wait for a timeout and then you start going aggro.
It's not like they're going to be able to fully recover.
It's nice to know that you can always throw it in there, but it's good to prove that you can actually just like slow default, especially against another double dive comp as well. Like raining a lot of pressure over towards you is good. They only have the sky, and it's like enough sky to clear in the info, so it's like one of the better ways to play it.
Sure, you're still going to have an operator onto something, which alone can be enough to cause issues in the round, but as said, they've been methodical. Their utility's been good. They instantly had a.
Yeah, so we get the saved op over towards B, and it looks like we're going for A. 3+ and stack, and Sting Sheriffs here.
All set up
outside. Molly. Chance. This time for this strat, they go for the additional normal wall.
Fist bump into a high five. Let's see how many high fives there are for Gen.G after this one. They've got a lot of space, but that flash was perfect. Yeah. Deadly from Divide.
Extra's pretty big.
Slip away towards the elbow, another fight. And he's actually got a teammate in there. I don't know if they've seen Forsaken, but they certainly have now at heavy cost. Smokes are down.
Nicely done. From Lakia here as well was pretty good. Tapping the spike, knowing that someone might try and take a timing.
The 1v2 he didn't go for. The 1v3, it's tempted him. It's pulled him in for the fight. He hasn't found them to start off, though, and that dash already halfway up. Wants to close the distance. So many tough angles, tight angles to clear with this op in hand. And no idea there's a player up top. He's checking the road.
Damn, bro. Nice shot. Really nice shot. Lakia played very well on this. Also like the defense wall, the fact that they can flash through it.
They're running away with this early game.
Yeah, still a close round for what was invested. That was a decent stack up in the early stages for PaperX. Just basically
crazy shot. Yeah, he's insane with an op.
Somehow managing to dodge some shots that I don't really know how they did, but bringing it down to just one player surviving, keeping that economy a little bit more honest for Gen.G, and well, you see the danger of how fast this man is with the operator. The problem though is he's not going to be able to have it for this round. They didn't have the extra finances and the quick trading. Again, the fundamentals of Gen.G sublime.
1 kill, 1 death as well, so he's still 2 away from a Blade Storm. So we're down to just that rifle. But as we said, ultis were coming online. We saw the Seekers used.
Again, for double duelist comps, like a 7.5, 6.6 is pretty much average. Anything above or below is a very good half.
Could play a role later on in the round.
Or bad half, depending on how you look at it. Razor on defense, Seekers, Omenal. Run away from all of these.
Throw out some of that signature early round aggression. Still hasn't happened though. They're happy to bunker down and wait for that push to come through. And like I said, the other problem here, Gen.G have a lot of credits built up. If
yeah, it's an important round. And there's a gap on the left of that smoke, and they just saw him walk through, and he had no idea there was a gap in the left of the smoke. He's right.
But down to just 5 HP, that's
look at that.
Not really going to work too well for them. And the Seekers went towards mid, but also in towards the A site. The realization's there eventually. Mindfreak can win this battle, it could be huge. I don't think they're going to
Meteor?
expect him. It's such an obscure position to be in, but then it's almost revealed.
Wait.
Devi, though, has done well. Bringing back
Devi
2
did
kills,
insane to get the first kill.
Just about making it to the site, and it is going to bait in. Nice work from the
Ult goes in. What a weird ult.
Teaming up with Texture. It leaves this man who did get healed up early in the round.
I was going to say, does he want to pop the ult? Yeah, because then the guy has to leave his ult. He saw him, or his teammate saw him at least.
Teammates just left it. Doesn't even mind about the pit. I don't know if Forsaken
Yeah, nicely handled. Nicely handled in the end.
Loses the fight to his counter raise, and the march continues on for Gen.G.
You reckon he saw? Yeah, it might have been that. Might have come up on radar.
Like I mentioned, the economy was in their favor. The ults that were there for PaperX.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. Everyone's sitting around like 3-4, 3-6, so they definitely could still buy into it. Yeah, this is the smoke that I was talking about. And then something just didn't have any idea that there was a gap in it.
Almost sacrificing himself because he's so out in the open. They swung to try and trade him, and Devi had that beautiful off angle to just rip them to shreds. We're seeing elements of that team play there from PaperX.
Reformed Catboy, thanks so much with the 10 months. Appreciate you.
It's not enough right now. Gen.G have come locked and loaded with a huge lead to start. I mean, it's doubled the rounds, but it's the economy that's really the problem for me. You've got players 7K, 5K, 5 and above is average for the Gen.G side right now. PaperX, they're going to be on stingers, weaker weapons, no ultis to fall back on.
Why the Viper ulted? Big round, big round in terms of the econ and created a lot of pressure. It meant that he could be like anywhere, otherwise he's in the choke point. Like without this Viper ult, it is a very winnable 1v2, especially with the ult online. With the ult, he kind of, with the Viper ult, kind of made sure that he leaked out and had a lot of chances to be able to trade on the one kill that the Raze ult gives you. It wasn't a bad ult at all in terms of the Viper ult, sorry. Just discovered my YouTube recently. Thank you for the content. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you for saying that. And they do decide to eco. There was like one person, I think it was this, it was down to a 3-1, so they couldn't really buy as heavy, where everyone else was kind of not too bad. Eco goes in. Do they decide to change anything up? Maybe they want to go a little bit more aggro. Gen.G, now mixing up, just going for a B hit.
But it's not been enough to take rounds off Gen.G.
They've been B hitting a lot against ecos. Oh, Omino invested as well. Blood's coming in. 3 people here early. That Molly in heaven might wreck them though. Yeah, I mean it's nice shots either way.
3 kills already under his belt. 40 HP. And he's stuck in
they know this guy's on site.
It looks like he's going to get this one easily with Mindfreak drop. That's his 4th kill of the round. The confidence builder if ever I've seen one. And that's the last thing that PaperX wanted to give to their opponent. Again, not talking about them losing the round. That's expected. It's the amount of players still alive on Gen.G. They're farming crowds by the
Had the chance. They gave him the chance for it as well.
3 to go. One hell of a play if he made it. And it ain't going to happen. Look at that firing squad down below.
Yeah, doesn't want to give him anything, it looks like. I mean, he has his ult anyway, which I think he picked up over towards A, right? His orb. And that was their plan, was to get the orb, so I like how they decided to... I mean, this was a nice round from Gen.G in terms of going fast. Didn't want to let him get the orb. And then if they do get the orb, they're far away. They've got to get it with numbers so they can just kind of clean this up. Which I thought the Viper util was good on this round. Toto, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 11 months. Appreciate the tier 1.
Quickly execute, and Karen actually sticks around. He just keeps the spot, keeps the control. Doesn't allow anybody to get too far ahead, and he even takes himself.
Another big buy round.
So
the op comes out again, and looks like they're going fast for this B. One Yet is here on his own.
5 in a row for Gen.G, and now ultis are there. Showstopper fired off.
Nicely done.
No chance.
Actually a pretty good reaction from Munyet to TP up here, knowing that that might happen and then he could drop off, but the ult was just too fast.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get back in here. As said, they're not bad in these 4v5s, but Gen.G are even better in the 5v4s.
Oof, man, and the op is just searching.
Another Forsaken trying his best, but he's almost there. That is, and well, Lackey and Meteor combined.
Yeah, really convincing. I'm enjoying this right from Gen.G. This is what we talked about, right? We said slow pace, and then when the timeout kind of comes in, then they can start going a little bit faster. We saw insta B hit, the insta B hit. So they started the whole half off really slow, so then they can kind of like methodical slow play and take map control and create question marks, pull the rotates, and then they just start mixing it up with
Huge.
Faster hints.
He got them the spaces around prior, and then Kara got 4
Pretty
kills.
textbook.
That's why it's back online.
Well, this has to be a crushing one for PaperX off rip. Because again, they're
Force
left
them down
weaker
to,
weapons.
I mean,
Theory,
force them
but they're
down to a
actually
full buy
managed to
because they
mix a
have
buy
knives.
With light shields and full shields on something because he doesn't need a weapon. He's got 5 knives locked and loaded.
Going back to their normal wall that they've been doing, again creates a lot of pressure over towards A. Definitely in terms of PaperX and their timeout, they had a talk about this new wall and said, over towards top of A, you can see on top of this, we've got to prioritize a little bit over towards A heaven. And then they also do the smoke over towards B, so they're creating a lot of pressure once this goes up over towards B, either side. All passing, PaperX want to shut down middle.
They're going for it. Good paranoia, but the fights don't go their way.
Full blind there.
Winning out every single one. There's no competition, Tom. Barely a lick of damage done, and what is negated by the heal. This is a disaster. Something might be able to save them. He's made big plays before with the Blade Storm. There's one, and not two.
Damn, look at the timing over towards ramp. Maybe from one yet? Okay. Oh. Oh, it's a nice reposition. Oh, Bossman, 13 HP. That's so unlucky. That was a sick try from him. Yeah, it was nice shots. Really nice shots. 13 HP. Damn, dude.
Made it close. The thing is, though, again, you just have to give props to Gen.G. Like the beginning of this round, they were
Get
so
5
ready.
bullets with the TP, right?
Their
Or
whole
more.
team just waiting in mid, ready for that push to
At
come
8.
through. And sure, the utility from PaperX was good onto a couple of the players.
Kind of like
but the
moved as
depot
well. I think
players
if he
were
stood,
so ready
if
for
he
that
full
push to
committed
come
there,
in.
maybe.
It ends up being quite an easy fight.
Not even close, guys. Not even close.
Okay, and we said 7-5 is like a normal 4 double duelist, so anything above this 7 is like a huge win, really.
And his play in the video we saw earlier, and I can see why if he's fragging out like that. But
Look at the mix-up Gen.G are doing, by the way. Slow play, like B main takes, etc., create question marks, and then they start walk contacting as well. Like, they're really mixing it up. Walk contact A heaven, 3 people.
Stingers to play with, Sheriff on Forsaken, and Texture's got confidence for days. He sees an eco and he's diving down into vents after them.
The thing is, they've got so much control towards mid that they have to just be wrapping out from another position.
Look at the
how
timing on
passive
it.
the
It's so
players are.
good.
They know that there's going to be weaker weaponry, so they're just not giving them any of the close range fights. Powering up from above, there's not really an easy way to kill him.
What the?
Maybe there is. Somehow Munya got
Yeah, they had
past all
really
the
good after
defenses.
plants for this
Even still,
heaven
though,
plant.
his post plant looks strong.
Had so much
Nades still available. They've been
side
taking these
control.
sites so quickly that they've had no problems just having late utility. Wow, the time almost looks like it's gone, trying to bait some space.
Nicely
but it's
handled.
all too
8
easy
with
for
2
Gen.G.
chances to get this
Another
higher.
3-man player
Man,
surviving. 8-2 on the board.
crazy
And this
strong
is
right now.
This is PaperX's map. They have lost 8 rounds in a row. Other than the pistol in second round, they have achieved nothing.
It's hard to think about. Even the round that was close, Tom, it comes on the back of the player needing a 4K to get it across the line. It's not what you want to see. Early on in a series, on a map that previously Gen.G got absolutely obliterated on within their region. Now
There's a good chance for them to get 4.
They might do one better.
They got a Viper ult that goes insta over towards A. 4-person shutdown the middle.
An opportunity here at least to shut down the first and the second.
Yeah, and they kind of realize that we've got to use everything into this one. A lot of ults done. It was unlucky team flash, to be honest, they came in.
Long have they waited? It's Karen to try to challenge, and he got an opportunity, but it was shut down eventually by something with only one standing.
Nicely handled. So, at least in the timeout, you kind of saw like a lot of stuff that PaperX were talking about. Like ignore B, make sure we try and get some kind of control of A, whether it's A heaven or someone close, and then shut down middle. They gotta shut down middle, and this time they managed to.
I think he doesn't get that kill if it's
It's
not
an actual
Munya being
direct
able
hit.
to kill off the close player, but
Pretty much a headshot.
it's at least
Oh.
a breath of life. We've seen them have strong attacking halves before, so even a sort of 8-4 scoreline wouldn't be a complete death sentence. I'm looking at 2 operators on the attack.
2 ops, they got a lot of money, so they're just holding for a push, holding for a push, back up gun. 4-person push down middle from PaperX. Same thing, leave B, and make sure you punish middle.
Completely conceded the golden gun on Lakia. Good to see him showing up, really swinging.
Still, Ops in hand.
12 and 6-2 KD on the board and a chance to push it even further at 8-3. Paper X tried a mid push, got denied. Now it seems like they're caught 1 foot in the grave. They don't know whether to continue on that aggression or reset.
Whoa, this smoke over towards B
Gen.G
is...
have not made a decision. With 1 minute 5 seconds on the clock, they don't need to rush. They're holding tight, waiting for Paper X to make the mistake.
They're so nervous of someone being within the smoke.
Yeah, it actually kind of works because it's just like, why on earth have they done the smoke if there isn't someone trying to like lock in? So, kind of worked. Double op still in play, looking for the picks.
The operator could be so valuable here. There's no one on
Smoke over towards middle, creates pressure like they're getting in towards vents, and very aware that their wall is weak towards heaven.
Meteor's seen him, but it won't matter too much for now. He's going to activate the dash, something goes peeking, but
an eye over towards B while this is going on. Fake pressure A, with the spike over towards B, free sight. They pretty much just prodded A and B at the same time. Lovely shot.
Shot by Lakia as well. There's his 13th.
Oh, he might.
An opportunity indeed with that spike down.
I was going to say, he might be tempted. 10 seconds to plant this? You guys have got to get out of B main. You guys have got to get out of B main. Holy. Okay, nicely done from Paper X. Good flood on this one. Managed to get 4-8. It's not too bad. It's a good recovery. Yeah, I was watching these guys over towards B main, and this Omen never felt comfortable to plant the spike here. And, I mean, they just had 2 people late middle. The Seekers really helped them get the info here as well.
This was a really,
Look at that lineup.
Scenario for them to have to fight back from.
3 people B main with like 12 seconds left. You gotta you gotta feel like something went a little bit wrong there.
Definitely still opportunities. Even still though, you said Lakia's
yeah, it felt like the double ops, they maybe gave it like what, 10 extra seconds too long to actually try and get a pick, whereas they needed to be a little bit more decisive, maybe go a bit earlier.
무엇보다 플레이오프에 진출하게 돼서 행복한 것 같습니다. 일단 첫 스타트가 되게 힘들었었고 오늘 또한 첫 경기 자체는 되게 힘들었는데 그거를 잘 극복해내서 좋은 모습 보여줘서 기쁜 것 같고요. 이제 플레이오프에 진출이 원래는 첫 목적이었는데 너무 이루게 돼서 기쁜 것 같고 남은 경기도 이제 잘 준비해야 할 것 같습니다.
It leaves it down to just one player actually within the site. They have to go running in though. Karon might be able to just ruin their day, and that's exactly what he'll do.
먼치킨 선수가 젠지에 들어오게 되면서 저희 게임 스타일이나 그런 수준이 되게 올라갔다고 생각을 하고 그리고 이제 네, 개개인의 실력 또한 이제 먼치킨 선수가 저에게 콜을 되게 많이 해주는 게 피드백을 많이 해주는 게 있는 것 같다고 생각합니다. 자신감은 늘 넘치고 우리는 준비되어 있고
4 with a double duelist? Yeah, I mean, they got a win pistol. And they got 4 with pistol. That's kind of mad.
잘 저희가 준비해야 될 것 같습니다. 이제 플레이오프까지 진출하게 됐고 이제 또 경기들이 며칠 뒤에 올 텐데 그때까지 더 좋은 모습을 준비해서 저희가 이제 잘하는 모습을 보여드릴 수 있도록 할 거고요. 진짜 항상 응원과 격려해 주시는 팬분들께 너무 감사하고 팬분들을 위해 게임을 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Well, it was third time lucky for Gen.G.
Daxter, thank you with the 5 months, mate. Appreciate the prime.
Now fourth time fantastic. At least kicking off in that first half. 8-4 when we left you. And now it's time for Gen.G to close this map out. At least that's their mindset going in.
I feel like Gen.G had a little time to focus on split. Yeah, they probably knew this was going to be the map picks, considering the result last time they played. And the fact that Paper X have been having success of it once they change comp. Oh. Good luck on site here. Dude, Lakia's eaten so much util. Holy hell, dude, look at the assists on Lakia. Everyone was involved for it.
With Meteor left standing and his back
oh god, imagine. Okay, double pistol. Double pistol. We gotta bear that one in mind. They needed it.
It looked like there
Get
was
it.
a realm where Meteor managed to turn that back. Even still though, it is the pistol round for Paper X, and that is the thing. Even with this compositional change, the thing that it adds is firstly, you're gonna have that paranoia available for Munya to sort of set them up in, as we saw at the beginning of that round. But also, it just almost, we're going to continuously see the switch up of who's going in first. So you're going to have Forsaken sometimes taking space for something, maybe if he has that operator in hand, and something in that round taking space for Forsaken. They are a deadly duo, whether the Yoru's there or not.
There's a reason that they went to this combat. They're all nice shot by Meteor.
They can flash swing this as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they actually do a little bit of damage here. They don't take much map control. A little bit scary.
The outlaw, but this man's making it work with the Marshall, the cheaper weapon. And okay, an opportunity if they had have spotted the player in the corner. Monyet, though, able to deliver the killing blow. Mind Freak fell.
Forsaken 10 HP.
What is that push from
I'll tell you what, Paperex will take that. That's the guy that's 10 HP. What the hell is that shot as well? I like this from Karen as well. He's going to go fast behind, right? So because he has guns if they go sight or not. I mean, he could definitely go A heaven. There's
It depends though, because Paperex, that's the thing.
I like this from Paperex. They have no idea where he is. They literally just hold everything. Again, the temptation to go behind is very high because of the guns. That's why they're so aware of it. They're like, well, he's probably going to want a gun, so he's probably going to be coming from here or here.
Still no weaponry found. Now, Karen does have himself a paranoia. He's brought up his full belt.
The flash was good in terms of their last flash used to get info.
One of these jewels. For now, at least, it seems like he's waiting for that site to be taken. Smoke will give that away, the spike being planted.
Good plant for heaven.
And now he can look to try and see if there's any gun to be had.
They're going to know that he wants this gun. So.
Thank you, Yeti. Yeah, we've got a Bulldog to play with 100 HP. A Paranoia still online. Both smokes. Timing is key.
Look at the double swing on it. Yeah, they kind of knew for sure. Once the timing came, we didn't have a swing from here. Just almost likely he's getting the gun. Damn, good damage though. Gen.G did great damage here.
Okay, what can you do? And another Marshall headshot from a guy pushing a smoke close range, using it like a shotgun. That's not going to feel great. And the other player died to a snake bite. So few kind of random engagements that ended up rocking the boat a little bit for Paperex. We'll see how they recover.
When the thing is as well, the player you really don't want those ults to be going over to is Meteor. 3 away from the Blade Storm, even just a bit of damage in this round, and he'll have something for the next.
Paperex buy into this with 2?
Paperex has players now.
Yeah, not believers of the bonus round. 2 people buy into this. It's really like money's really weird at the moment. Yeah, this is now just a really early swing round.
After Lakia, but he isn't going to be able to land the shot. And at least for now, it's only going to be the control that's lost for Gen.G.
No heavy price tag associated with it. Down in vent, this is an uncouth hole. 2 players and they're dropping in, landing on each other's head.
I see them from Lakia, and then while that happens, they realize both of the A players are in vents, so they can take a bit of control over towards A. In terms of a 3v5, this is like one of the better positions you can be in for the free. Not anymore. Yeah, it had legs up until that moment.
As now there's only 2 attackers standing, their chances are looking pretty slim.
Yeah, he almost killed Devi through the screen as well, so he's going to be half HP entering the side.
Yeah, this guy did great to walk out and just take the extra angle.
This might be a flawless return to form as Devi's the only man left standing. A 1v5 scenario.
Enough they're going to do.
Talk about can he do any
buy 2 hero guns.
Invested some extra credits into this round, so the next round's not exactly going to be pretty. Wouldn't normally talk about saving, but I think actually holding onto a gun here would have more value, and he's just been seen and knowing exactly where he is now. I imagine there's going to be pressure placed onto this man. Blast packs could be thrown in, but it's just going to be the entirety of the squad looking to just jump down upon him within those last few seconds. Well, it's not
nicely handled, man. 1 armor rebuy. This might be one also. Strong start. It's gonna be weird what Paperex do. I imagine 2 hero guns and are they full buying? Okay, so at the moment, 3 people are full bought and 2 people just can't. The 2 people are like 2,200.
6 to 9 scoreline, Paperex attack side, they get a decent buy out of it. And, you know, it might even seem weird if you look at the timeline. You lose the 3rd round.
Okay, they buy into it. The 2 people that can't buy, they're at 2K, get a Stinger and a Sheriff. So yeah, they're absolutely going for it. Dude, some of the Paperex buys have been mad. K-Corp S, Smoke, missed Heaven.
Well, I mean, it kind of has worked.
That happened before in another round where I felt like Monyet didn't smoke Heaven, but it was actually this. Okay, they kind of knew. Yeah, he knew it would get a smoke over towards Heaven to cover it up, so nicely done from Monyet on that one. Huge kill from Forsaken.
Exactly what Paperex does. These fast-paced plays into the site. As mentioned, this was a weaker purchase. They had some pieces missing.
Yeah, and this was like a all-in. It was essentially an all-in with their money.
In this 2v4 scenario,
looks like it pays off.
Is already going to reveal Texture's position, and they've spotted Karen as well. Although I say that,
Yeah, and he's like, well, why is there no one facing on Heaven here? Flash to go through spawn. Enables this guy to go through. Okay. Nice shots in the end. Yeah, that's a good time for him to come on, come alive as well. Yeah, it's true. He has been chef. They get double. Well, they don't get double upgrades, but they manage to keep the 3 guns in, so their money's good.
A challenge early on, and more importantly, a challenge with so many weaknesses on the board. I mean, this was a round where you have a couple of rifles, and what ends up winning it is a Stinger diving onto site, 2 kills out of a Sheriff to close the round out.
The IGL for Paper X is meant to be a hive mind, but from what we can gather, most of it's Forsaken. From what I've heard, these two are like the most vocal, but it is like a hive mind.
The difference is now just 2.
But it looks like Forsaken's taken more of a like a IGL role recently.
Serious pressure. Half the team still waiting patiently. Karan's repositioned. It's sublime. He's managed to TP behind them. He gets away with
what a god, man. What a god. That was sick from him. Holy.
He's put the rank play into the pro play.
And it works. You know, sometimes you just got to throw out those curveballs. You're focused on so many
he's
different
just
things.
so confident. And they get insta reset, and they're going to force into this one again because it's Paper X. Dude, I'd love to see replaying this.
And again, we fall back into economy
discussions. Oh, it should have done it before.
Sitting pretty, they've been looking fantastic. They were able to obviously rebuy in this round because of the damage done early on. And well, they only really needed one of those rifles by the looks of things. A timeout called by Paper X as they can now feel that it's getting very late into this game.
What the?
We're at a stage where if Gen.G picks up one more, they'll be knocking on victory's
Yeah,
door.
it's the last timeout.
Yeah, 17 and 14. He's had a great game, but I think that double kill from Munchkin, that tripled his kills.
Mindfreak.
I said Munchkin, sorry, I meant Mindfreak.
Yeah.
Munchkin's been doing well.
Yeah, Munchkin's going to triple his kills. That'd be impressive.
Hold my beer. Thank you for the 5 months, bro. Appreciate you.
I also think something.
Thank you with the prime.
Like we talked about the duelists in this matchup. Other than, I'd say, even Forsaken, they've actually all been a little bit underwhelming. It's been other players stepping up in this matchup, and I think that's really what we're seeing at the moment is the depth of both teams individually, but more so just that interplay. I think we're seeing much better fundamentals out of Gen.G, and it's mostly been those explosive plays from Paper X, like going off the back of a paranoia, everybody diving in together, and you see if it's even a slight bit disjointed like that round, Karan just pulls out a crazy play and is able to win the round for them. 10-7, as you said, everything on the brink here. Seekers.
Yeah, they go for this. Man, some of their buys are really wild. So they pretty much all in again for this, and they all in at 10-7. So you would imagine it's a 12 if they lose this. Go fast over towards Heaven. We change up the wall on defense. It gives a gap right here. Doesn't matter.
One well-placed shot.
Yeah, it's a one-person fake over towards B, basically trying to create pressure. Sorry, one-person fake over towards A, trying to create pressure over towards Heaven. And then over towards site, trying to make it look like you're more than just one person there. Mags, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. Maybe. Big duel next. Texture might have just saved them fully. While this is going on, they push over towards middle, and you would imagine this is 2.
You might have her trail, but well, it's a little
Seekers down as well. They like I was saying, they really all in on this. They realize just how big this round is. That's why the ult comes in.
Back off and let his teammates take it. And gets this kill, he's got himself a Viper's Pit to play with. Or if he dies, I suppose.
That's the thing. He's literally just playing with him because he knows that flank is coming. I really love it. It was
their money is so wrecked.
That he believes that like playing with someone like Munchkin has brought a lot of depth to his own playstyle.
Everyone's sitting about 3K.
Intelligence even in this round. He literally just pulled Mindfreak towards him. He had no plans to fight him at any stage. Wants to just play the higher percentage play, and that's why Gen.G have been able to convert a lot of these advantages. And for Paper X, a lot of the time I don't mind these gambles, but I feel like Forsaken has been one of the sort of glimmers of hope. So you were almost going, he has to get
yeah, and he has no timeouts now, so he's just raging to himself. And Gen.G on this, so they do decide to force buy again. Dude, look at some of the buys.
at an eye test, you might think it's not doom and gloom.
Live from Hollywood with the Prime. Thank you as well, mate. Appreciate that. Welcome in.
Albeit here with weaker weapons, but they've looked good there. The problem is
raging to himself. I mean, he's technically always raging to himself. This was a great buy from Meteor, by the way. Like when you know that they're gonna be buying and you're looking at their money and it's like 3K, everyone's gonna be light armor because they're not thinking about prioritizing the heavy armor. Like the time to get the Outlaw out is perfect. That's insane. How on earth is he still alive there?
That might just be the mistake they were
Uh-oh.
looking for.
Oh my god.
Oh, this could be big! He actually switches away! And it's just going to be the shutdown. Surely for Meteor! He starts
5 chances.
as well.
5 chances to close this one out. And they force bought as well, so they're all sitting about the same 3K.
We've barely seen anything. 3 of them, in fact.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Mitch?
A little bit better,
They
3
need
5
5 in a
basically.
row.
5 in a row up against 4 ultimates. Only the Blade Storm that's gone. Like, keep in mind, Gen.G have a full buy with Seekers, with a Viper's Pit, with a Showstopper from the shadows. And so that's a lot for this defensive side to close out this game. If you remove those ultimates, it looks like they'll
4
close out
ults,
the
5
game
chances
because they're
left,
winning
and
almost all of the
Paper
buy
X
rounds
decides
thus
to go
far.
super
The
fast
closer
over
rounds for
towards
Paper X have
site.
been individuals, and they need to show
They
up
smoke
individually
off
and together.
heaven.
5 in a row needed.
Like
The
they,
challenge already underway.
honestly kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Spots him with a dash over above the wall, and then they just shoot through when they see him on the minimap. That's outrageous. That is such a sick little microplay.
It leaves now Karen. He's had some magical plays, but they know exactly where he is. Well, it seems so. Monia goes bouncing past him. Now there is a flank, and no one really watching it, although it seems like Texture was doubting the player behind. Also a 1v1 taken, but it won't matter in the end. A 1 versus 5, some serious mistakes needed.
Right, let's count it down. 5, 2, 4.
Okay,
And did they use any ults? I don't think so,
the start
right?
of the way back
Oh.
for this squad.
Wait, did I miss loads of ults?
They've actually managed to deal with the vast
The
majority
Seekers
of
came
the
in.
ultimates as well. They're
That
top.
move there was
Gen.G
really cool.
are left now
Really
with
like that
just
move.
a Viper's Pit. We listed all of them last round. They
Especially
got
when you
used,
pop
they
the dash
found
to go
nothing.
above it.
So not only winning a buy round, but winning a
Then you can
stacked
instantly
buy
get
round in
out,
terms of
and
ult
then
economy.
yeah, when you have
They
players
still
that are
got
so
some
good
left
at
to
just
play
shooting
with
through the
themselves.
minimap,
The Blade
like
Storm can
from
help
info
out.
on the minimap.
The Pit can win
This is gonna be
rounds.
weird. Gen.G
And with
won a
4,
heavy shutdown over towards A.
Gen.G are
Oh,
finally
man.
seeing some
Guy in
negative,
Heaven's dead, right?
economic state.
Yeah.
Oh no, that peek from Lakia was not expected. Good flash
Yeah,
too. And
the
it's
fact
a
that he
double.
peeks
He's got
early,
his teammate
so they
Meteor
peek.
with
This
him.
is really nice. They
They're
use this
absolutely
wall, they peek
extinguishing
early,
the
they
flame
molly
Paper
behind
X's
it, so
early
no one can
fight.
follow this
This
one
squad's gonna
through.
have to go back
And they
and
know
reconsider surely.
because they've been watching a lot of demos that it's like flash, and they can beat the flash over towards heaven to get this info. So I like the change up of the wall as well. Well, I say change up. They've been using it every so often.
And because of that, being able to get rid of Meteor is a big pick, because that was looking like map control and a man advantage for Gen.G. Instead, much more of a problem. And also bear in mind, Lakia is the only one who can't be healed.
Yeah, it's not
I mean,
too
that
bad right
ground there
now.
is very important. Just seeing something clear the spawn, you see how much space they lost, because this Viper's Pit isn't just stopping a push, it's stopping all of Paper X's plans. Their plan was to blitz A. They get slowed, they get stopped, and now they have to go
mad thing
back
is
and
they
re-clear
wanna go
everything.
A.
Even if there's not a player
They actually
flanking,
want to go
they're just
through
pushed
this.
up in B main,
They're using
holding
the
that aggro
ult to
intel.
back a
They're gonna
site,
find it
and then
very
that
hard
pushes
to
them off
actually
in
dive
theory.
in. Now, this
No,
TP
use the
is to
ult to
B
B.
side.
They're
Up
trying to
top,
pull a
it's
rotate.
going to be
Oh
broken
man,
last
this is
second,
all on
but something
Munchkin.
down below, spotted and taken down. Gen.G have the advantage. They're going to challenge Munchkin
Yeah, there we go.
inside the pit. And what a mistake that was. Welcome
The
to his
bold,
world.
this is a
With
bold
Munchkin,
mid-round
the
call.
last man standing,
Really
a
bold
free
mid-round
kill
call to try and force
He's
through
got
this.
3 more to
15
go.
seconds.
He's found the 4Ks in the past, Dom, but this would be exceptional.
have time.
Good
Yeah,
luck
nicely
to
done
you.
from Munchkin here.
Yeah,
Impressive. You got to remember as well, this is a 13-8 and the 8-1 both pistols. They annihilated them.
It did not happen. A stellar